And the only reason why that is, from a higher income standpoint, is that those with higher incomes have the ability to give kids even greater exposure. When you look at standardized testing, a lot of the questions are exposure-based issues. They've seen what's on the test. I mean, they've literally been to a place and they've experienced that. So when they look at the question and read the question, they don't revert to just data they read in the book. They're like, oh, we were there last summer. The Grand Canyon, oh, we were there last summer. I know exactly what he's talking about. The South Rim. If you ever been to the Grand Canyon, you know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, does parental involvement help both lower and higher income kids? Yes, at different levels. But even lower income children benefit from parental involvement. Family's income level did not affect its level of involvement. No longer the data is in. No longer can poor neighborhoods say that parents can't have an effect. They can have a measurable effect on their child's income. We now possess enough data to answer the who and the why. We've got enough data now. We don't have to ask anymore who needs parents. Do we have to ask that question anymore? Don't we need parents? Now, the only way a school in the 21st century can say we don't need you parents is if you were a school that got so many resources that you literally can say, just drop that little baby off right here. We'll take them from 7:30, feed them breakfast, we'll educate them all day. Our RTI system is the bomb. If your child is 3-4 years behind, we've got a push in, pull out method that will, in 1 year, we'll give them 3 years gain. Can you say that? Doesn't work that way. Then you can say that even after school, we got an after school program that is the bomb. For men, we've got the Smart Men program. The Smart Men program will take young boys. I just gave you a program right there, Doc. We got the Smart Men program that will just, any young boy who's struggling in math, don't even worry about it. You just drop your son off at this school. Now, if you don't have the resources to do that, we already know what the data says. We need parents. We got to have them. And we know why we got to have them, because if we don't get them, then the burden falls on us. The money's not there anymore. The demands are much higher. The United States now is 17th, 14th, and 25th on a global scale of competition education. We're way behind. Finland is taking our educational lunch. A little small little country, Finland, is kicking. I mean, the educational folk are upset. Secretary Arne Duncan was on the news last night just talking about what kind of trouble we are educationally as we compete globally. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Every 3 years, we go over to Asia to do a teacher swap. Well, what we do is, what class do you teach? English? I should have known it was English. As soon as she even said English with, make me feel like I'm speaking foreign. So we take English teachers like yourself. We swap you. You do 2 years in Japan, and we take teachers from there. You do 2 years instead at your school. It's a teacher training program where it's just a swap for 2 years. When we're there, we're spending a month, and it blows my mind every time I'm there. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the Asian culture, but let me just give you an insight on how they do education. They start at 7:30. 7:30 they start. And they start, if you want to come early, you can do exercise, but they start learning at 7:30. They go to 5:30. They go home, and guess what happens at 6? At 6 p.m. they come back. They come back to school, not because they got in trouble, not because it's an after-school program, but they come back to what they call cram school. They go to cram school from 6 to 9. Home for dinner, a little family time, whatever's left, sleep, and the game starts all over again. And they do that 11 months out of the year. And nobody's complaining. You take a kid like that and drop him in any school in America, poor, rich, whatever, and they're blowing out the standards because they're looking at 7:30. We get out at what? We get out at what time? At 3 o'clock? Are they blowing? They are blowing this way. Cram school is crazy. That's like, is anybody taking a class online, a course online where you have to take like 2 or 3 classes over the summer and you do it all online? And I thought online learning was one of those like, oh, I got this. I can do this when I want to. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is education on steroids. Right. Well, you know exactly. That's right. And it's driving you crazy. That's probably why you just have to just. There you go. I know. I had hair before I went to school online.